and I'm your OUUC Board Secretary. The OUUC Board of Trustees met in July, and we discussed several important matters that we want to share with you. As many of you know, Carrie Kopnick, our interim community life coordinator during this challenging time, will soon move on to her next endeavor. We are very thankful for her service, and she will be missed. Part of Carrie's role here was to help Reverend Mary consider staff positions and duties that would best meet the needs of our church. Staffing updates are operational decisions under the leadership of Reverend Mary. In executive session at the July board meeting, Reverend Mary shared a staffing plan that she will soon share with the entire congregation. We're very excited about these changes as we feel they address both the short-term and the long-term needs at OUUC. Now, these changes required a $6,500 expenditure from the OUUC reserves. The board felt that this expenditure was an acceptable risk given the strength of our pledges, the successful auction, and the likelihood that the payroll protection program loan will lead to an excess of operational funds that will allow us to replenish this reserve expenditure. The board also has several subcommittees that continue to make progress on strategic congregational matters. The Capacity Planning Committee, which originally formed to be working on the crowding at the church, that hasn't had to deal with that very much lately, so they are refocusing their efforts on planning for a safe reopening of the church when we can all crowd together again. The Bylaws Committee is continuing to meet and to examine changes to the bylaws that will enable the board and the congregation to be more nimble and meet the ever-evolving needs of the congregation and everyone during this pandemic situation. The changes being contemplated will be brought to all the congregants for a vote at our next congregational meeting in December. This meeting will likely be held via Zoom. Additionally, the Revenue Enhancement Committee is identifying strategies for expanding church revenues, and they're researching these options and recommending them to the board. The board is strategically repositioning itself to focus more on policy and revenue generation, and of course the OUUC ends. The board has revised the disruptive behavior policy and named it the non-covenantal behavior policy. This policy was substantially updated with feedback from across the congregation. The board will review this newly updated policy at the August meeting and may adopt it for congregational use. We will communicate the adopted policy when it's final, and we thank everyone who helped refine this document, both in the Zoom meetings and in the online written feedback. The board continues to examine our effectiveness by evaluating our own performance and reviewing the use of executive session to clarify our expectations. We continue to focus on improvements to enhance our performance and our service to you. Here's to wishing you all good health. Stay healthy, stay safe, wear masks, and wash your hands.